Hi guys, and welcome to Seriology, a weekly conversation amongst friends regarding what's currently on the small and sometimes big screen and what might have trended in the past, with me, Lady Alexa, a self-proclaimed TV addict, dreamer, and sucker for romantic shows, and my charismatic, yet sarcastic, co-host Rich the Hot Broccoli, also a TV addict, cat lover, and monster sculptor. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Seriology. Hello, Rich.
Hey, LA, how you been doing?
I've been doing all right.
I have actually a crazy special announcement.
What?
This is our 20th show.
Holy crimson red skies. What how's the thing? Holy crimson skies
red
of
skies
death.
of
death.
Wow. Number 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we're doing an episode you're not happy about.
I'm not unhappy. It was funny to me your patterns of television to suggest for us to do this show.
Well, SeriLovers, if you haven't read the title of our episode yet, we are doing the Crisis on Infinite Earths, a special, which it's a 5-episode show going from that takes over The Flash, Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and Batwoman. And to answer your question, Rich, the reason why I decided to go with this is because it's been having so much press, and they advertised it as the biggest event on TV history.
I wouldn't go that far. I think the end of Dallas in the 80s was a bigger event.
I think the end of Game of Thrones was a bigger
event.
But the reason why they call it that way is because they have so many cameos of people on the DC world, and they're trying to make it the TV version of Avengers.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with how big of a world or characters that they wove into this 5 episodes.
I think that's why they are calling it the biggest event on TV history.
Does CW own all of DC?
No, they own most of it. I mean, if you look at it, the only TV show, it's like the majority of the TV shows on CW are DC based.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shouldn't CW just change their name to DC?
That will be interesting. What will happen to poor Riverdale, Nancy Drew?
They're all kind of comic booky anyways.
True. But well, the crisis is here. SeriLovers, the red skies are all over Central City, Star City, Metropolis, Opal City, Gotham City, and the rest of the multiverse. Remember, in the DC Comics, there is a multiverse. So we're having infinite Earths, starting from Earth 1 all the way to Earth 207.
But both franchises, Marvel and DC, are... And I'm getting a little tired, and we need to move on from this infinite multiverse thing, because we had Spider-Man in the multiverse, and now this, and I feel like it's starting to get exhausting. Well, we need to move on to a better story.
At the end of this episode, a lot of things merged.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed. So
I did.
There you go. So the heroes are being recruited. This is a little, 411. The heroes are being recruited by Lila, aka the Harbinger, and the Monitor to fight the Anti-Monitor.
Which is the dumbest name ever. And I loved that Cisco called it out in episode 3 or 4.
I love Cisco. The
only reason why people watch The Flash is just for him.
He is amazing. That character, I'm telling you, because I just binged from season 1 all the way to season 6, and that character is so well done.
Him and all the Wells characters are the best of that show.
Oh, yeah, no. Some Wells are better than others. But yeah, the Wells characters are hilarious. But, well, the heroes are being recruited, and the Anti-Monitor released by Nash, one of the Wells, who is now called Pariah, brought by the Anti-Monitor to witness the demise of all the horror created by unleashing him to the world. Now,
dun.
Every time he speaks, and he speaks with this little voice, my name is Pariah, and I'm here Oh my! I want to punch him. I don't know you, but I
just go back to the
want
Wells. Why couldn't he
punch
just
him.
use the Wells voice? He's Wells.
I swear to you, I miss Harry. Harry was awesome. HR was funny as well. But then you had the French detective.
All the ones from all the Speed Force multiverse thing.
So if you look at the Anti-Monitor, he's similar to what Thanos is on the MCU.
Yeah.
So just
with
for
a dumber
you guys,
name.
yeah. Because let's be honest, I don't know you, Rich, but I am not a DC expert by all means. I had to do a ton shit of research, which you almost kill me when you open the Google Doc.
I don't have huge because it branches off into so many different segments now. Yes. I know a lot about Batman and Superman. That's pretty much my extent.
I mean, how many Supermans alone were on this show?
Too many.
I'm so happy that Brandon Routh, who played, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, but Brandon...
Routh? Yeah, I'm with you. Routh.
Yeah. he played Superman Returns on the 2006 movie. I thought he did such a good Superman.
I'm surprised they didn't do any more movies off of that one.
By any means, he's no Henry Cavill. I'm there with ya. But I thought he was a cute Superman, and
he followed kind of that quirky, that Christopher Reeves Superman, which I liked.
Exactly, and so I'm very happy that he had like his closure, and I've been watching many because so the Crisis is the 6th special that DC has done on the Arrowverse, because that's how they call it, the Arrowverse, through the years. And the first one was, I have them here. So the previous events were Arrow versus Flash, which is when Flash was starting. Heroes joined forces, which was already a little later. Then Invasion, which was the first one with Supergirl and the Legends and Arrow and Flash. Then Crisis on Earth X, which is it was a Nazi episode. One of the Earths on the multiverse, Hitler Never Lost.
That's the same premise as Man in the Iron Castle.
And and if you think of it, Watchmen, if Watergate had never happened, that's how Watchmen happened. So on this Earth X, Hitler never lost, so they're on their Nazi. So it was a fight against their Nazi doppelgangers.
So it's like Nazi Flash?
Yeah. Actually, Flash was not there. The anti-Flash was there, but not Flash, not Barry. But it was Nazi Supergirl, Nazi Arrow, Nazi... let's just put it there.
The Nazi versions of those characters,
a lot of Nazi characters. And then last year, it was Elseworlds, which was kind of like the setup for Crisis.
Gotcha.
So,
a bit too many. I thought it was funny that they kept making light of, it's your first crossover.
Oh, yes.
That was really funny.
That was really cool. And look, I have to give it to DC. They are very funny. I think that they noticed that Marvel started getting more press because they were funny.
Yeah, quirkier. Like that Thor
exactly.
was so funny.
Which
and
one?
Then Thor, the last Thor.
Oh, Thor 3. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And then right after, DC came back with Aquaman, which was really good.
It's basically, I think, like the first DC movie that I can say, holy shit, holy crimson skies of death, Batman. I'm sorry, I'm like obsessed with that little phrase.
Yeah, that's like this episode's drinking game.
Yeah, no, and the title, that's gonna be a title of this episode. But before we dig into the multiverse crossover events that began 6 years ago, let's talk about how we got to the Crisis. And if we look at all the Supermans, we have to start with Smallville, where it all began 19 years ago with the origin story of Superman.
I can't believe they wove all that in.
That's what I'm telling you.
It was insanity that that's like such a far memory, that show.
It was 11 years ago.
That's it? I feel like it was way longer than that.
It ended in 9 years. It ended in 2001, I believe.
It felt like more like 15-ish years ago, but
Yeah.
I guess it started about that.
Well, you know that they had their own crossovers, but it was just
They didn't have as many shows.
It was inside the TV show more than that. This people putting together DC Legends and Flash. This was one episode, and they call it the movie event, where they had absolute justice, and it was basically the creation of the Justice League of America. And the team consisted of Watchtower, which was Chloe, the girl that just got sent to jail for sex trafficking.
In real life.
In real life, yeah. The Flash, which was Bart Allen. It was not Barry. I didn't know there were so many Flashes, by the way.
When you go into the Speed Force, the multiverse, there's... Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
This whole multiverse thing, we are Earth 1.
Yes.
Okay, but we didn't know before that there was a multiverse and a whole bunch of different Earths. So why wouldn't every other Earth consider themselves Earth 1?
Okay, so the first time that the multiverse is introduced is on Flash.
Yes. And all of a sudden, everybody just knew, all the other Earths knew we were Earth 1, and then as a Wells would come in, they're like, I'm Wells from Earth 73. Earth 2. Yeah.
I wondered the same damn thing. I'm like, why does he know he's Earth 2? Do they, grow up talking, we are Earth 2?
Yeah, we just found out about multiverse, and you're 2.
That's a little, that was a little woohoo.
Yeah, SeriLovers, bend your mind around that one.
Yeah. But anyway, to finish with the Smallville JLA, it was the Flash, which was Bart Allen, the second Kid Flash or Impulse in the comics. DC didn't allow them to use the name Barry Allen or Jay Garrick, which are the other two names for the Flash.
Is that licensing things?
What?
Is that because of licensing?
Yes. Apparently, when you're doing TV, you have to play with the characters that DC allows you to play. Like
but
Superman.
That Flash is the character.
Superman, they weren't allowed to touch Superman on Supergirl for forever. I watched the Crisis Aftermath with Kevin Smith, and he was like, "Are you guys shocked?" He asked the producers, Michael Guggenheim or whatever, and he asked them, "Are you shocked that they were allowed to give you so many characters, that they gave you the licenses?" And they were like, yeah, the fact that we got Batman, which apparently Batman was another one that they didn't want to give the license to, and they gave them.
That's a huge
Batman.
movie franchise for them for TV to tarnish.
Exactly. So they were like, we are just in shock that we were given permission to play with all these characters. I mean, what are the few? Wonder Woman is the only one that I think I didn't see at all.
Aquaman.
Oh, and Cyborg, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. Yeah, those are.
It's because they all have movie franchises at the moment. And they don't want.
Hey, Flash appeared.
I thought that was.
Flash.
I couldn't believe that they crossed TV with movies with that scene.
It's a different Earth.
That was Earth 73 or whatever. But the whole scene was just really funny. Really well done.
I loved it. I thought that Ezra something, who is the guy that plays Flash in the movies, he did such an amazing job. And I love Grant Gustin, who plays Flash in the show. And the way that the two of them saw each other, he's like, I know you want a selfie. I know you want a selfie. And
it's this cosplay. It was so well done.
Oh my god!
But I like the movie Flash way better than TV Flash.
I like both. I like both a lot.
They're both good Flashes, but I want movie Flash to have more its own movie, his own movie.
Oh, he's getting one in next year.
Okay.
Because
I think that's a good character.
They brought him. They said that's why they brought him.
But to remind the public that, there's this one still.
But anywho, let me finish with the Smallville.
Move on. You're still in the 90s. Come on, it's 2020.
Okay, so next, the Arrowverse. Let's talk about the Arrowverse. So the Arrowverse was formed with Arrow, the Flash, and slowly but surely other characters start joining the game, like Supergirl, Adam. How do you say Adam? How do you pronounce that?
Adam, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
White
that wasn't
Canary,
one of your Spanishy things.
White Canary, Superman, Killer Frost, Vibe, and well, after the many other events like Crisis on Earth X and Elseworld Crisis, everything started coming together, as I said previously, to form and to set up to this incredible event, which in my eyes it might not be the biggest event in TV history, but it was a very dope one.
Did you just say dope?
Yes.
It was so rad.
Holy crimson skies of death. You guys
You're
need
so
to take a
street.
shot.
You're so street. Shit was
But
dope.
anywho, so let's get with episode 1. It starts with Supergirl. And here all the I love the Joss Whedon line.
Oh, I thought it was great that he was in.
My dad was like
had a
oh my
cameo.
God. My dad was like, how low has this actor come in that he just had like the dumbest line of all? And I'm like, oh, that was super cute.
Come on, he's like a Comic-Con icon.
And on top of that, apparently that scene is doing reference to another movie, to a movie. I think, don't quote me on this, it was either the Tim Burton Batman or something, or one of the Supermans, but it was in reference. They try to do, that's the other thing. This show was doing fan service all around. Don't you think
Explain?
I mean, it
like,
was
with
all
the
threw
Easter eggs and hidden gems and stuff.
All the hidden gems. It was for the fans. It was more than a full-on show. It was more like doing fan service, like Avengers in Endgame.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am not a fan of any of these TV shows.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, I didn't. I enjoyed the story-ish, but I wasn't. Like, it didn't inspire me now to go watch any of those shows.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And I love comic book things. I love movies and comic books and the art and all that, especially stories. But it didn't draw me in the way I thought it would.
It drew me because I saw Crisis back in December when it came out, the first episode. Because also you need to understand that the first 3 episodes came out last month, and then the second 2 came out last week. So I saw when I saw the third one, I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Flash in so long, so I went back and I started watching Flash. It did draw me in. I'm not gonna say that I'm now like a super fan.
Like, you gotta go watch Black Lightning.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go and watch Black Lightning, like that one.
Or Arrow. Like, is that the end of Arrow now?
Yes, apparently.
Like, this is.
I am not sure if the show already ended. This season only has like 6 episodes. But what I did hear from the producers is that since day 1 with Stephen Amell, who is gorgeous.
Is that Arrow?
Yes. They said that the way that Arrow needed to end with Oliver's dead. And it's a huge closing, because I feel like that was the show who kicked off all these other shows and put DC in the TV, you know?
That was weird that show, like, that's not a huge DC icon superhero.
I am gonna look. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. It's a character that I learned from Smallville. I knew he existed was because of Smallville, not because, for example, you grow up and you know that Superman exists, you know that Batman exists, you know that Robin exists. Green Arrow? I had no idea. I thought that the only green character on DC was
Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Who wasn't? They did show. They did. I liked the little nod to Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's one of the new Earths on the new multiverse. Apparently, there's going to be a show
that's going to blow up the multiverse now.
No,
There's
a new green. There's so many up and coming shows that DC's gonna throw. Like Stargirl is the next one that is starting this year, but there's gonna be a Lois and Clark and Lois show with the Earth One Superman, and apparently there's gonna be a Green Lantern show.
Let's hope it does a better job than the movie did.
Even Ryan Reynolds, even
hates.
him, admitted it on Deadpool. Like,
that was funny. That was hilarious.
A good bit. But anywho,
can we throw in how John Cryer came from? What was the one show with Charlie Sheen?
Supergirl. Oh yeah, 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men to being that. I've never watched the Supergirl. Didn't know he was Lex Luthor. He came in, and I was like, "Is that John Cryer?"
Okay, so I knew he played Lex. I didn't know he was gonna be part of Crisis. And I had no idea how he played it. I knew because he was on another podcast on Inside of You that Michael Rosenbaum interviewed him. And I was like, oh my God, he's the new Lex? What the F? I was just like you. I don't see him playing Lex.
I'm 50-50 if I like or don't like him as Lex.
Because I actually think he did a cool Lex. A funny Lex. Not a funny, quirky... I'm an asshole and I know it. I don't.
I still see Alan from the other show.
That's
bald Alan. That's all I saw.
That's gonna be impossible not to. But apparently, okay, so my dad is a fan of all the shows. My dad has seen all of this episode, and he told me that apparently he died, and he came back. The Monitor brought him back
at the beginning, or I guess during one of the shows that we don't watch.
Because on the first one, if you look at your notes. Right?
No, I saw he came back and they explained that the Monitor brought him back because everyone plays a part or whatever.
Do we play a part, Rich? We need to play a part.
I don't know. I haven't figured where our cogs lay in the machine yet, LA. Maybe we do. Maybe we bring a little bit of laughter into somebody's life. And that would be our part.
I think that by the end of the episode, we should come up with our personal powers. Okay?
Our superhero powers?
Yes.
Like, already got mine.
Okay, but this is going to be at the end of the show.
Yep, end of the show, if we remember.
Yes. Okay, so Supergirl episode, all heroes get together. Harbinger is the one that recruits them. And we need to say that this is Earth 38.
Okay.
And
that's the first one that blows up, right?
Yeah. Well, the first one that we see blowing up.
Yeah.
And Argo, which is a little planet with black kryptonite where no Kryptonian has powers in it, which is where Clark is with his baby, and we see Father Superman.
And they did the whole Superman nod on that episode too, with sending the baby off.
Yes, that part was, I am gonna be there with you through your whole life. And then we see that he didn't die. I'm like, oh my God, really? But okay, so Oliver Queen, then they have this huge fight, and Oliver Queen dies for the first
straight
time.
Up, right in the first episode.
Yeah, he dies protecting Earth 38, and he gets pissed with the Monitor because he hears that Flash is gonna die, and he's like, dude, I made a deal with you where I said you do not kill Kara and Barry, but you kill me, my life, for the two of them. And he was not happy hearing the Monitor say, a Flash has to die for the history to continue.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Dun, dun, dun. I will say, TV effects have gotten way better. I was really impressed with how well the effects were done. Especially those ghost monsters. When they blew up.
Oh God, yes! I was like, "What got ghost monsters? What are you talking about?"
The Dark Army.
I already came
the
back.
Antimatter Army.
Oh my God, I'm trying to find if I did some, because I read so much. I started I feel crazy. And here on the first one, we have Joss Whedon coming in saying everybody's about to die. We have the inspector from Tim Burton's Batman. He is the one with a little hat looking at the Batman light saying, I hope you're seeing this big guy, with a little newspaper saying the Joker was finally killed or something. That's why I'm saying there was so much fan service, because there were all those little hidden gems. Then we have the guy that played Robin saying, holy crimson skies of death.
Yeah, where did Fat Robin come from?
He was the Robin in the TV show, apparently.
The original, like with Adam West?
Yeah. I thought I had written.
He looked like he was 30 in the show.
No, he is way older. I thought that I had written this somewhere. SeriLovers, I'm sorry. I thought that I was more prepared. Apparently my 40 pages of...
Yeah, you got lost in your 40 pages.
Yes. Shut up. You loved my research. Come on. Did you even read it?
I actually read through it. I read through it. All of it. But it was funny. I was at work and I took like maybe 10 or so pages. I was like, yep, not taking this set home. Right? Don't need to. This is all about the episode. I watched the episode. I know what went on in it.
I thought I could have sworn I had like written all the name of all the people somewhere.
There's a 50-year-old right now yelling the name of the guy because he watched that Batman when he was a kid. The Adam West Batman.
We have Fellow screaming at us right now. No, Fellow said that he's not a fan of this, and he said that he disliked it. Oh yeah, Fellow, I saw your messages. But yeah, so
you a corner.
We have. So we have the Robin, and the other thing is that I am not up to date on all these shows, and we see apparently Earth 9 goes kaboom also, and that's where the Titans are. Titans apparently is a really good show, but it's only on the DC network. DC has its own network.
Oh, yeah. And, speaking of that, I'd like to thank CW App for allowing me to watch 4 commercials 73 times a piece for 5 hours. What is with streaming services and only having so little commercials that I have to watch the same one over and over and over?
Did you watch the one about the coffee?
The coffee
with the Chinese woman?
I don't think I got that one.
Oh my god! So we were watching Crisis, and it was this coffee with this woman. I don't know if it's a Chinese or not. I think she was Chinese. My dad got so pissed. My dad was like, "I am sick of this."
Yeah, I'm not buying this coffee.
Yes, my dad was like, "There's no way in hell I am gonna buy donut shop coffee."
All right. Episode 1 lays out anti-monitors coming, everyone's getting destroyed. Then we move on to like episode 2.
Of course. All right. Batwoman.
Okay, Bat Lady. What I don't... You know what a cowl is in a costume?
No.
It's the headpiece.
Okay.
What? I didn't like her cowl. Like that weird thing on the sides, and why the awkward red hair?
I love it. Okay, so if you haven't seen Batwoman, I actually did watch the first couple of episodes, and on the first couple of episodes, she finds out that Bruce is Batman, and she's trying to be the new vigilante on Gotham because Batman went on. He said, "Peace out, I suck, bye bye," and she had his whatever the word you just said.
Hell.
She had Batman's, and it looked like an egg. It was so bad. So when she actually got the wig and the red little details, I was like, okay, now you look good. I think that she looked so ugly just wearing the regular Batman costume.
I didn't like the sides of the mask. It looked really awkward. Made me feel uncomfortable.
I honestly, I was just, thank the Lord, she no longer looks like a egg. like a penis.
And I do like Kate Kane as an actress. She had like a great role in Orange.
Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, in like season 4.
Oh, this is the first time I see this character. I love how... I forgot, who was the newbie on this show?
Black Lightning.
No. Oh, yeah. That she's like, don't worry.
She's like, I was the newbie.
I was the rookie last year. Yeah. I get it. That was so funny.
All right,
anywho.
Between 2 and 3, you got to explain some stuff because I got really confused with
what?
So many swappings. The Flash was 4, 3, or 4.
Flash was 3.
Okay, yeah. This whole speed. I know what the speed verse is.
No, the Speed Force.
Speed Force is because I watched a lot of the seasons of Flash.
Okay.
And it was kind of getting tiresome. But like in that Speed Force episode, it was just everyone was everywhere grouped with different people everywhere.
Oh, and that is episode 4, and let's just talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
That is something Oliver did.
Okay, because it was just like
I'll come and tell you that.
2 and 3 were kind of just I was getting kind of like all right, let's move the story along, and I felt like it was just like they were dragging like a small story into 2 episodes.
So the way that it goes with Batwoman is that the Monitor presents the 7 paragons. So the way that the Monitor says, he's like, okay, so there's an anti-Monitor and the world is about to end. However, there's a caveat, and that there are 7 paragons that were created by the multiverse to save it, and are the only ones that can kill the anti-Monitor. So he says, I only know 3 of them. So we're gonna have to see how we find the rest.
And it just happened to be them. Like, that was just like, oh, okay.
And that's when he recruits Ray Palmer, who I love that character. Freaking love that character of Adam to build and monitor a Paragon search finder. So the first Paragon is Supergirl. She is named the Paragon of Hope. Sarah, who is Laurel's of Arrow, but she's now on DC Legends of Tomorrow, or also known White Canary, is the Paragon Canary, whatever. It's a Paragon of Destiny, and Superman. And then they say that there's a Superman, not the one on the ship, who's the Paragon of Truth, because he is the Superman who has lost the most, but still fights for the truth. And then he talks about the Bat will be the Paragon of Courage, but he just doesn't say what Bat. But Katie is like, okay, you guys, are you ready to meet Batman? Because the minute that they hear Bat, they think it's Batman, not Batwoman. And they go to Earth. I'll tell you right now, I did right. They
Earth,
go
insert
to
number.
Earth 99, where Kevin Conroy, he didn't have a Batman movie, however, he is the voice of Batman. This is the first time that he
in the cartoons.
In the cartoons, in the video games, and anything that you have seen an image of Batman, Kevin Conroy is the one doing his voice. So apparently his voice is crazy famous, and I do agree.
His biosuit was kind of cool.
The
exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
This is like a Batman that has given up hope and whatever, and he killed Clark Kent. He kills everyone. He wants to kill Kara because Kara is there with them, and that's when Batwoman realizes, okay, he's an asshole. Who the fuck is this guy? He gives her kryptonite and tells her, this is Supergirl's biggest weakness. You're gonna kill her. That whole Batwoman holding the kryptonite through the whole episode, I was like, this is bullshit. And by the way, I just laughed of it when my dad was like, is Batwoman is flirting with Kara? Like, what the hell?
Oh, speaking of, is Kara a lesbian?
Kara is not a lesbian.
Okay, because there was a scene in one of the episodes where they were like in an apartment, like, and it seemed like the two ladies were a couple.
Yeah, no, they are not a couple. That's why, but it did look as if Batwoman was trying to get in Kara's pants through the whole series. But anywho,
all right, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah, everybody's seen the show.
So they realized he was not the Paragon, and then they realized that Batwoman is the Paragon. But through this whole shit, Mia, Oliver's daughter, alongside Flash and Sarah, take Oliver's body to the Lazarus Pit with Constantine to try to revive.
Is that show still even on?
Which one?
Constantine.
I think Constantine was just the movie.
No, there was a TV show.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was... I thought it had like a season. I didn't even know it was still around.
I had no idea. But the funny thing is that Jonah Hex appears, and Jonah Hex is actually, without a scar, he is a character on DC Legends of Tomorrow. So that was funny. And here's where...
bring up a little bit of... All right, they threw in Lucifer.
That is on the next episode. I
know,
love that. I freaking loved it. The how they brought Lucy. Hey, Lucy.
I have a little bit of a thing with that.
Why?
So, because Lucifer was in the show, that means that there's a heaven and a hell. But because there's a multiverse, the Bible states that the earth was made just for us.
Oh my God, are you getting religious on this show?
A little bit. These are all the little things that stood out to me when I was watching the show.
Oh, wow. I honestly, I didn't even think of that. I was just laughing that Lucifer lives on Earth 666.
Which, I mean, I love the show's great. It's funny. I like his character. He's very charismatic.
And the way that he comes to me and he's like, tell me your biggest desire. And she's like, save my daddy.
Yeah. And then they go to... okay.
And
back to some...
I love that the world is ending and Lucifer is just partying and he doesn't give a shit.
Why would he? He's eternal.
By the way, on...
let's go back to the... Okay, go ahead.
The Paragon, I love how they took so long to come up with the first 4 Paragons. Because one of the Paragons is Smallville. No. One of the Paragons is Batman, but it's Brandon Routh's Batman. He's the Batman that lost everything. Apparently, Lois, everybody died on that movie. But it took them so long to get those 4 Paragons, and then suddenly Ray's machine works, and it's like, oh, Barry's the Paragon of Love. Martian Manhunter is the Paragon of Honor. Ivy Town, scientist, Ryan Choi is the Paragon of Humanity. Like... wow! All of a sudden, we have every single Paragon. We almost died getting the first 3, but now all the Paragons are here. Yay!
Brings me to another thing that stood out, was in all these shows, they do it in movies too, that usually these big science machines take years to make and thousands of scientists. It's always that one person to make this huge machine...
in a second.
In hours.
Yes.
In hours, yes.
That's Ray Palmer
Always.
for you. That's Ray Palmer for... I love Ray Palmer.
Yeah, but they, at the beginning, the first episode, that lady was making the big escape this reality machine.
Lena Luthor, yes.
It took her like 4 hours to make this impossible machine that never existed before.
Wait a second. Take all the people.
Yeah, to take billions of people.
From Earth 38 to Earth 1. Are you
like we already don't have 9 billion people here already.
Are you
that we need their billions.
Me? And how do you put a whole planet inside a ship in less than an hour? I'm sorry, we only saw not Central City, Metropolis being in there. We didn't see China get in there. I didn't see Venezuela get in there. What the fuck? But stop it. I know it's a bad joke, but whatever.
It was good.
But well, I love how Cisco, who went through so much to give up his powers last season. The monitor is like, yeah.
It's just like, boom.
You have your powers back.
Powers
what
again.
the fuck?
Everyone plays their part.
And well, and the whole thing how the Anti-Monitor had one of the Flashes running to his death. And it was literally like a, how do you call that machine where you run?
The treadmill.
It was a treadmill.
Yeah.
The thing literally defending the world from ending. It was a treadmill.
Yeah, you could go to Planet Fitness and
yeah.
get that piece of equipment.
That was another big fan service I heard. Having John Wesley, who played the original Flash, in his original suit, like
he was on the show.
He was in the show, but he was as the father, then as Earth 3, Jay Garrick. But the fact that he was Earth 90 Barry, and he just, he gave the baton to Barry. It apparently it was a big thing for the actor as well for the fans of the original show, because when he's running towards his death, you start seeing the flashes from the show.
Yeah.
So apparently that was a big thing. And by the way, to all of the Flash fans that are listening to this, we've been hearing that Flash is gonna die for I don't know how many episodes, to then be, it was not Earth 1 Flash, it was Earth 90 Flash that decides to die.
It can't kill
No
off
shit, Batman.
Can't kill off a show like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we all knew you were not gonna die, so stop it. But, well, now every single Earth has gone away. And Pariah
and then, we're down to what? Earth 1. And we're down to Earth 1.
And no, it was not even Earth 1. It was the Wave Rider. The one that...
Oh, was it a spaceship?
Yeah, the Wave... Yeah. That's a spaceship on DC Legends of Tomorrow. More than a spaceship, it's a time-traveling spaceship.
Of course it is.
But Pariah sends everybody to the Vanishing Point, which is a place that does exist out of time. Time doesn't move there. Whatever.
I wonder if these are all physics theories.
Yeah. But anywho,
or they're just making up weird things.
That's where we find out that Lex Luthor rewrote the Book of Destiny.
Yeah.
And took Superman out of the equation and wrote himself in it. Okay, so Rich, there's a little roundup that I stole from the Crisis Aftermath TV show with Kevin Smith that I thought it was going to be really fun to just bring everybody back to, up to date with what happened on the 3 first episodes. So there are different Earths, of course, you know that, and there's a little tidbit on what happened on each Earth. So Rich, you're going to say one Earth, and I'm going to say another Earth. So
I'm going to read this stuff.
There are 8 parallel Earths on the first 3 episodes. So Rich begin with Earth 18.
Okay, it says Barry, Mia, Constantine, and Sarah try to revive Oliver and kind of turn him into a zombie and fought a vision of Jonah Hex without Scar.
So this is where the Earth that they took Oliver to revive was Earth 18.
Okay.
Which was stupid, but whatever.
That was the mud pit.
Yes.
Okay.
So then you have Earth 167, which is where Tom Welling, aka Smallville Superman, is. He gave up his powers to chop wood and have kids with Lois Lane, who's Erica Duran, and still not wearing the S suit. He only wore it on the last episode of the show.
Really?
Yes.
I
that
didn't
was
know
a
that.
big thing. He no fly, no nothing. So tell me Earth 96.
Earth 896, Brendan Rout, which is Adam, the Atom.
Yes.
Or the S.
Which, by the way, question, when they had to put the 2 characters together, and they're like, oh my god, you look just like me. That part was so funny.
All right. Brendan Rout wore the S specifically in the suit based off of Alex Ross's Kingdom Come design. And I don't know if you guys know who Alex Ross is, but he is a fantastic comic book illustrator. He is by far the top tier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
There you go. You see?
Yeah. His illustrations are unbelievable.
Holy Crimson Skies of Death.
Mm-hmm. Kingdom Come also gave us rock bottom Bruce Wayne wearing the exoskeleton who killed Superman on Earth 99, played by Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman on the TV, comic, and video games, which we already knew, and Black Lightning, first debut in the Arrowverse. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm racist, because I'm not.
Racist broccoli back again.
When I first saw the commercials for Black Lightning, it reminded me so much of those black exploitation films in the 70s. And I'm like, are they just putting this character in just for some diversity?
Yes. Well, yes and no. I mean, there is already diversity on all the other.
Yes, all the other ones, but the way they commercialized the show.
There's not a main character. Like, it's the same thing with Marvel, with Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
That guy.
Anywho, Rachel's favorite character, Black Lightning. Hashtag racist broccoli is back.
Like the way they made the commercials, it sounded like a power drink. Try new Gatorade, Black Lightning.
And his suit is so funny. But anywho, Earth 203, which is where the Woman of Birds of Prey, the show that came back in the 2000s, early 2000s, hang out, and there we see Huntress trying to run away from the Antimatter and talking with Oracle and crying because Oracle died.
Dun dun dun.
Bum bum bum. So all of this Earth ultimately destroyed by the Antimatter, sent out by the Anti-Monitor, and that's basically a roundup. You see, it was short.
That wasn't that bad.
And you had our tidbits about Alex Ross and your favorite character, Black Lightning.
By Gatorade.
But then we go into the
Get you back in the game. Hashtag ad.
Oh, God. Gatorade, you should pay us. We're giving you a commercial right now.
And a new product.
Yeah, Black Lightning. So we start the Arrow episode at the Vanishing Point, and then we see Oliver get in with he's the new Spectra. And
are we getting into the confusing Speed Force?
Yes, to answer your question. So Barry tries to go into the Speed Force, but he's not able to because he's not up onto his big potential bullshit. Oliver comes in as a Spectra and just touches his head. That even Barry tells him, so wait a second, so now all of my strength is up because you just made a cross in my forehead? Yeah, basically that was, and I love Oliver's answer was like, yes, just go with it, damn it. But then Barry, the only way to go to the dawn of time where they can actually fight the Anti-Monitor is through the Speed Force, because it's the only thing that it's non-corporeal.
Still existing.
Yeah, it's non-corporeal and it still exists. So Oliver says, I'm gonna help you get there. I am here to guide you. But Barry, you need to be the one. Run, Barry, run. I hate that phrase. I hate that phrase. So
Forrest Gumpy.
They go, and apparently the Anti-Monitor tries to fight them on the way, and the only way that Oliver is able to protect them is by placing each one of them on the Speed Force in one of his memories, and that's where he says that the bonds of friendship.
I know, it's just so dumb.
Is the strongest thing anyone can have.
It was like, ugh, how hokey. Come on. We're in this mythical place, and it's love.
I wish I could have seen it with you, because I
went like, I think I went like, oh God, through love. All of a sudden, it's a Care Bear episode.
Love is the answer for everything. World peace.
It's a Care Bear episode, and they're doing a Care Bear stare.
So now Barry has to go through each one of his random memories, grabbing the people. And I love how he throws Kara, Lex, and the Paragon of Humanity, Ryan, on whatever the Monitor's real planet is.
Oh, that was... This was...
And this is where we find out that Lex now has fucking powers. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been saying so many bad words, but...
Yeah, in front of your mom.
Yeah, so oh my god, my mom is here, SeriLovers. But, oh my lord, it was so dumb.
It started... to me, 2, 3, and 4 started falling apart. I wish they would have just spent more time on 1, like adding more to that story-ish, and 5.
It was 5 was good. I thought it was so dumb that you have this 3 characters fighting their butts off to get the Monitor not to go to the dawn of time.
Which they stop, and then all of a sudden Multiverse jumps in.
Yeah, apparently, that's not the only Monitor. There are multi-monitors.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why wouldn't
really?
there be? Yeah.
Then
it was
what
just so much filler for...
Jesus.
Like with finding the Paragons. It just ended up being them. Like...
That's what I'm telling you. They spent so much time trying to get the first 4 Paragons, and then all of a sudden the machine is ready, and here are all the Monitors.
Yep.
Paragons, No, and then Oliver is the one fighting, and he has the ray of light. And granted, the fight of all of the Paragons with all of the ghosts there, that
pretty
fight
cool.
was cool. That fight was amazing.
They started throwing in... Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong scene, but I felt like more characters started coming in to fight the ghosts all of a sudden. Or am I thinking of something in 5?
You're thinking episode 5.
Okay, never mind then.
What I hate here is literally... Okay, we're fighting. There's this huge battle going in. Oliver goes up like a freaking lightning. And then... we need to help Oliver. What are we gonna do? Oh, we're the Paragons. We have to stand together.
We have to believe.
Wow.
They couldn't come up with a better thing than just believe.
Are you kidding me? They just stand together. Let's grab each other's hand and be here.
We're here for you. We believe. And then they looked up into this weird space circle, and then all the worlds collided into one.
I thought it was so dumb. I think it was their way out of, we don't know how to get here. We don't know how to conclude.
Why write all the story if you're not going to come up with a good exposition?
So let's just... We believe in the power of love, destiny, humanity.
And then we believe, and then we go to episode 5.
Oh, and of course, Oliver dies, guys. Here,
yes,
Oliver
this is his big death moment.
Die. This is such a big moment for the people who are fans of the show, and you and I.
And we're laughing at it.
Yeah, and now he really dies.
Yeah, I'm like, finally, after 4 episodes.
And then we move to the Legends of Tomorrow show, where Kara wakes up, and she's like, what the fudge? Nobody remembers what is going on.
See, I liked this episode so much.
This
it
episode
had,
was really funny. It was really,
I thought
really
it was like, okay, we took 4 episodes to get to this world, and everything's a little bit askew. And I feel like they rushed this story.
No, I feel like they rushed everything. This should have been like a 10 episode event more than a 5 episode.
I don't know if I would have been able to hold through for 10 episodes for this podcast.
I know. That's why. But I love how the Martian Manhunter, John. I love that his name is John. So original, guys. John finally, he's the one bringing everybody's memory. And then everybody starts crying because Oliver is really dead. And then Bebo appears.
Is that from... I'm assuming that's from one of the shows.
It's from Legends of Tomorrow. I had no idea who Bebo was. I was just cracking up because he looked like a big Lilo and Stitch together with Monster Inc.
No, that or what's that? The creepy doll that was back.
Oh God, yes. The Furby. A big Furby.
A big Furby.
But Bebo! And everybody was like, ah!
Like, all the effects throughout the whole show were amazing, and I feel like they scrimped on the effects for him. He looked very kind of cheesy. They could have made it a little better.
I think that was the point, to make him
No,
cheesy.
but it looked not cheesy, but fake. They could have made him, look like a toy or whatever, but he looked fake, as opposed to all the great effects that happened throughout the rest of the show.
Okay,
that felt believable.
I'll give you that.
Ooh, another thing about effects. I like it, but I feel like we need to come up with a better result or a better thing. Since Harry Potter, now when laser beams are shooting at each other and meet, it becomes kind of this liquid, molten lava as it's coming off. Have you noticed that?
No.
Like, let's take we're in Harry Potter and we're having one of those wand fights with lasers.
Okay. Harry Potter never had lasers, sweetie.
They had lasers coming out of their wands. They're spell lasers.
The lightning of the
Whatever.
wand.
Spell
and
lasers.
The magic coming out of the wand.
Spell
Do
lasers.
not mess with Harry.
All right. So when the two spells meet in laser form, it makes kind of like this liquidy lava.
I love it. You know?
But they did that also in this.
Yeah, they did. Now I got it. Yes. I love it. I think it was cool.
I thought it was a neat effect, but I don't want it to get overused now. Like everyone jumping on board with that cool effect. All right, back to the story.
Yeah, I think everybody got on board on that because they even did it on Endgame. But anywho, yeah, back to the story. Another fun thing is that now everybody knows there's one Earth Prime, and they are all together on the same place, and Barry and Kara are just jumping out of joy because we're all in the same place until they find out that Oliver is dead. Aww.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like the end, like how that ends is these stories come in
and they form the Justice League.
Yeah. What does that do for the shows now?
It's gonna be easier to do a crossover.
Yeah, because they're all there.
They are all there. They don't need the
Is it considered a cross?
Extrapolator. They don't need the extrapolator anymore.
Is that little video game token that everybody was holding?
That little thing that Cisco made.
Probably in an hour.
To go from one Earth to the other.
Yeah.
And Nash Wells, aka Pariah, everybody hates him now because he was the one who made all the mess. Tries to protect them, but the cool thing is the end when they did the little memoriam.
The homage, yeah.
The little in memoriam. And also all the things that they threw at the end. Everybody's happy, and the new show's coming on. The Titans.
I did like the Justice League table.
Yeah, the Justice League. I love how Black Lightning was like, why didn't you start here before? And
why do you think they left a seat open for Arrow? ?
Because his daughter, Mia Smoke, is gonna be the new Arrow.
What happened to her after the first?
Thank you. The first 3 episodes. Where the hell is Mia?
All of a sudden, she's not part of any of this. Like the end part of the story.
Yeah, you'd think that she was in the bunker with her dad's friends, aka family, but no, nowhere to be seen.
Or at least in the memorial.
Yes. But no, nowhere to be seen. Oh, Lord. But I'm going to say something. I started a couple of days ago watching Legends of Tomorrow, which is they go back and the premise of the whole show is that there are aberrations through history, so they are protecting history. So they go back in time to make sure that history stays the same.
Oh, so Quantum Leap.
Yeah, so there's an episode with Al Capone, there's an episode with Einstein.
That's weird.
It's actually, my dad told me he hated it, and I started watching it, and I thought it was fun.
All right, show wrap up. I give it 50%.
You know what? I wanted to say I give it 100%. I give it 100% when it comes to fan service.
Okay.
Because they did give a lot of fan service.
I will agree with you there.
They weave so many stories into those 5 episodes that how the hell are you going to put Smallville? How the heck are you going to put the other one? They did an amazing job in that end. The storyline, yeah, it was a little flaky, not my favorite, but I thought it was fun. It
was entertaining.
Exactly.
It got a little muddled, and I was getting a little just move the story along.
It got too cheesy on
move the story along.
So it was but
the effects were worth watching, and the homage to the whole DC was pretty awesome.
It was
pretty awesome.
Amazing.
So.
That I have to give it up for them. That's why I say 100% on fan service.
50%
storyline, 50%. It was cool,
50%.
but it was not that cool.
Yeah, it wasn't the best thing to TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not looking forward to the next crossover at all.
Oh, the next crossover, Oliver is not going to be there.
Oh, I don't care. I don't watch this show to begin with. All right, your superpower.
Okay, so you go first. I'm still trying.
Are you still thinking?
Yes, I'm still thinking.
All right. Because I like making people laugh, and I think I'm going to incorporate that into my superpowers.
Okay.
And so when I am in front of a villain, I think I have to do some kind of joke thing, and it makes some kind of waves come out of my mouth through the joke, and then they're stunned laughing, falling on the floor laughing. So other superheroes could come in and take over.
Jigglypuff, have you seen Pokemon?
Nope.
Okay, so Jigglypuff is a Pokemon, and her superpower is that she puts everybody to sleep. So basically, like, she puts everybody to sleep, so they can't do anything. You kill people by making them laugh.
Yeah, I've laughed them to death.
They
die laughing. They die laughing.
You know, I always wanted to fly, so I want to say that I want to fly.
But that's not original.
Okay, I know. My superpower is love. I make everybody cheesy as if they are in a Hallmark movie.
Okay, that makes sense coming from you.
So
I can totally agree.
They all become happily
So
ever
your villains
after.
become love.
Yes, they all become
they replace hate with
people
love.
That you can just like go ahead and then punch because they are just
already in love.
Yes.
And in love with the punch.
Yeah,
Punch
I know
me,
it's sad, but I think that it goes with my personality.
It totally goes with your personality. And actually, the world could use a bit of that superpower of yours right now. In real life.
All you need is love.
Yes, thank you, John Lennon. We need you back.
That song will come out every time my power comes out of my hand.
Ooh, I like that. Mine has a laugh track.
Mine has all you need is love. But anywho, SeriLovers, we do not have a minute, the Hot Minute show. However, I pull up some pop culture updates, which I thought it was gonna be cool as we are on the beginning of the year, the beginning of the decade, and the SAG Awards were yesterday. So we are gonna try to do a little SAG Award roundup. But this past week, and Rich, have you seen did you look at all the news that have been coming up?
No. At all.
So the Oscars nomination came out. Did you hear of that?
Nope.
Okay, so the Oscars came out and they were once again slammed for lack of diversity. Hashtag Oscars so white. I am sick of this. I mean, listen, just because and I am talking as a Latina, I am talking here as a Latina, if no Latin people, if no African Americans did a movie worth it to get on the Oscars, why should they be there just because they need to be diverse?
I don't want to say anything for this because I want to be on the right side of history with my answer here.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What is
I feel like you're baiting me into a racist trap right now. I can't say anything, SeriLovers, because I am average white guy. So.
Okay, I'm talking as a Latina. I'm saying that. However, I did get a little angry that Greta Gerwig did not get nominated as a director. I am there with everybody. She is a great director, and I haven't seen Little Woman, but I've heard that Little Woman is good. People are also angry because Adam Sandler got snubbed by the Academy.
That movie looks amazing.
Apparently, people were very angry about it, and there are a lot of Oscars for first-timers. Like Scarlett Johansson has 2 Oscar nominations for 2 different movies, which was very funny. Then you have Florence Pugh, Antonio Banderas, Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo could become an EGOT if she wins. You know what an EGOT is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emmy, Oscar, theater.
Yeah. Jonathan Pryce, Barack, and Michelle Obama are also nominated for the documentary section. And I want to say he's Korean, but I'm not sure. I think he's either Japanese, he's Asian. Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
Way to back yourself out of that one.
Yes. But the big news that we were talking about it on our last episode, how Frozen...
Yeah, Frozen
lost. Frozen did not get nominated at all at the Oscars, which I thought it was a big thing. No comments? I'm waiting for your comment on it, and no comment.
Sorry, I was just looking at the notes here.
But what do you think of Frozen not?
Oh, I don't care. I was okay with the first movie. I didn't see the second one. It has no hype to it, so
it just had to be a big blow for Disney.
I mean, want to see the Joker take everything.
They still have Toy Story 4, but whatever. The Joker actually outranks Batman: The Dark Knight as most Oscar-nominated comic book movie. So that is another one. Shameless is finally coming to an end. Thank God. Zoe Kravitz finally teases a little bit about her Catwoman costume. We know now that Colin Farrell is going to be the Penguin, Paul Dano is going to be the Riddler, Andy Serkis is going to be Alfred Pennyworth, and Jeffrey Wright is going to be the Commissioner Gordon.
That's pretty good. That's a good cast there.
Yeah, and also on TV news, Sex Education is back on Netflix. We should totally do an episode on Sex Education. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina came out this week as well.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, and
I'm looking forward to the Lord of the Rings one.
Did you know that was happening?
Yes, like a year and a half ago, and I had totally forgot that was coming.
So it's going to be on Amazon, and they finally confirmed the cast.
Oh, so it's not even shot yet.
No, they are starting production, and the production is set to commence in February.
So we got another year or so before that even comes out.
Thank the Lord.
Oh, man.
But that is my update. My little update. What do you think of it?
It was nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I've been so busy at work. I've been out of the news for a bit, and it kind of gave me the update as well.
You see, and I think there are so many cool shows coming in, like Family Reunion, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Sex Education, which again we totally should have. Have you seen Sex Education?
Was that originally on a different network?
No, it's a Netflix show.
Yes, I think I have. It's based on true events, right?
No.
Then no. What am I thinking of?
It's a full-on novel, and it's hilarious.
Okay. I'm thinking of a completely different thing. Masters of Sex is what I'm thinking of.
Masters of Sex. Yeah, no.
Yes.
This is a comedy, and it's so on your realm of dry humor, and you should totally see it.
I'll check that out.
Yes.
And SeriLovers, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, SeriLovers, and see you next week. Hope you like it. Until then.
Yeah, give us some suggestions of what to watch and to talk about.
Yes, and remember to follow us on Instagram at SeriologyTV_podcast and Twitter at SeriologyTV. Help us a little bit by subscribing, leaving a comment, and giving us a thumbs up on iTunes if you listen on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher, whatever you listen
all the stuff.
to us. Thank you, guys. Love you.
Have a great day.
Well, that's all for now, folks. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Seriology. Don't forget to give us a like on Twitter at SeriologyTV. Send us a message about what shows you think should be on our bucket list, or if you just want to leave a comment about how awesome we are. See you next week, SeriLovers. And remember, wherever you are, you'll always be in our TV hearts.